Alright, YouTube, sorry for my camera being a little out of focus. It should focus itself here, hopefully. I'm inside. As you can see, there's a 4-stroke Troy-Bilt weed eater. It doesn't seem like my camera wants to focus. See if we can force it to focus here. There we go. But when you turn it over, so it goes clunk, 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 clunk when you try to turn it over. My guess is the clutch. A spring is let loose, or it's just blown up, like they revved it up too high. And also, a little note here, in these 4-stroke engines, you've got to change the oil. These do not hold very much oil in the first place. Second of all, see, that's already dirty. Needs to be changed. And it looks like it's low. But you've got to keep the oil changed in these, because if you don't, they don't last. A lot of people just don't change them in these little 4-strokes because they think, well, just like my 2-stroke, I don't have to change oil. Well, duh, there's a difference between 2-stroke and 4-stroke. So, gotta make sure you change that oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off here and show you what I find. Alright, so I just barely got this off here. And my camera's really not focusing. See if we can get it to focus here. Yeah, it's better, I guess. It's really not liking me today. So the first thing that drops out is the clutch pads. Those are the first things that drop out. This thing really sounds like it's screwed up. There's the other spring in there. Yeah, it really just sounds screwed up. I'm gonna take a crack at it here and see what I could find. See how I can pull this apart and see how to pull this apart. I think you can just get to a Allen wrench, screw down the side there. I can't remember. All right, let me get a crack at it here. Alright, so this is how you change these clutches out on 2 or 4 cycle engines. There's a star bolt right in the center here, way down deep. You got to take that out, and that comes off. This clutch spring actually broke, so that's why this is being replaced. I'm going to save all these pieces just in case you need them. See, and then it says rotate that way to take it off. So what you'll want to do... Sorry if my camera's not focusing in. It doesn't seem like it wants to focus today. Sometimes these are pretty hard to get off. These just twist off. They're just threaded on. Can't remember. I'm pushing it the right way. It goes that way. Because normally they'll just pop right off. Let's see. So here's the brand new part right here. MTD genuine factory parts. It says MTD genuine parts. This is a Troy-Bilt, but it's exactly the same thing. See, there and there. What you'll need this piece. This piece doesn't come with the kit. So I'm going to actually shut my camera off real quick and try to get that off. Alright, so what I did is put a pair of vice grips on there very gently, not too tight at all, and just tapped that a few times and it just came right off. Just like that. Let me get this off. Alright, so that's off. Here's our brand new piece. Go ahead and slide that on there. Don't need to tighten that up too tight, because that's the way it spins, so it'll eventually tighten itself up pretty good. I'm trying to think. I'll go ahead and tap it a few times though, not too hard. There's a little space right here, I'm not sure where that goes. That's probably tapped down good enough. I'm just ever so barely tapping that. That's definitely tight enough. It's on there so where it won't move. Where'd that spacer go I just found? Oh, it's right there. I'm not sure what that's for. It's with the new kit. It does fit on there. That's probably the only place it would go. And that wobbles around a whole lot, so I'm gonna guess that this replaces that, because that moves it around a whole lot. Let's see if this... Oh, I see another one right here. That's the old one. Where the heck did that go? Oh, look at this. Totally forgot how this came apart. Alright, that's a little annoying. My camera keeps dying. Anyways, so I put that back on, put all the spacers where they're supposed to be. Everything's feels really good. This will always wobble like that. But yeah, everything's looking really good. I'm going to reassemble it now. My camera's probably going to die again, so I need to plug it back in. And it's flashing at me now, so it's probably just going to shut off. Anyway, so I'm going to reassemble it and show you that it works. Sweet. Alrighty, so it's all back together. I had to take it apart and put it back together again. The shaft right here, that when it meets into the clutch, just had a kind of a tough time getting that to fit just right. This is my weed eater end to test it out. So, start it up here. It's cold. Leave it on half chug for a minute or two. It's just cold. I was priming it while it was running. That idle needs to be adjusted. That head's continuously spinning, it doesn't slow down or stop. Just kind of continuously spins. Well, sounds just fun to me. My left ear's a little deaf now. That whistling really high makes my ears ring afterwards. I need to wear ear protection when I work with these things. But yeah, it runs really good. I've got some Marvel Mystery Oil with, I believe that's original oil in there. Which, after I give it back to him, I'll change it out after a little bit. It's not terribly dirty. It gets getting there, but I put some MMO in there to top it off, and it's in good shape. It's good. It's a newer 4-stroke Troy-Bilt weed eater. I've got some MMO in the gasoline. I run 91 octane and everything. A lot of people, stupidly enough, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're gonna blow up an engine. You're gonna blow a hole through your piston. 91 octane is only for high compression engines. You're wasting your money because 91 octane doesn't do anything for low compression engines, this and that." Well, you know what? Every single time, like, I get a mower in from a customer, even if they just barely filled it up with 85, you know, if I change it out, which I have a few times, most of the time I'll leave it in, but if I change it out, there is a performance difference. There is. You know, it cuts through the grass more. Like, I had a Tecumseh. It was a lot. I'm trying to think. Oh, there's a bird over there. I was like trying to figure out what that was. I had a Tecumseh a lot like that one, and it was picky about its fuel. I've had a few other mowers do the same thing, but that one showed it more drastically. And I would run 85 in it and try to cut the grass. It wouldn't cut the grass. It would hit the grass and it would shut off. I ran 91 in it. Perfect. It would go right through the grass and not have one single problem. That's what I run on everything. That's what this has in it. It's 91 octane. You know, it starts easier. There's more octane there. And it runs cleaner. There's more octane there, so it's burning, you know, better. Can't think of the scientific term for it. But, like 85, it's just really nasty stuff. I've seen how they make fuel, and 85 is designed to barely run in engines. Honestly, 85 is the lowest octane, and a lot of car manuals, manuals for these things, you know, lawnmowers, they say no less than 89 octane. Seriously, like, I'm not kidding. That motorcycle back there, if you look at the octane rating for that, no less than 80. I think it was 86 on that. No less than 86 octane, you know what I mean? And yeah, I know there's no such thing here in America as 89 and 86, like I said, for that. You know what I mean? It's just better for the engine, bar none. Just better for the engine. You know, it's not like a car where you're going to be spending a whole bunch of money because, you know, like, you're using gallons and gallons and gallons. These use very little, so it really doesn't hurt you a whole lot, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? That's just my argument and a little bit of a rant about 91 octane. That's all I've ever run ever since I was, I believe, 11. That's all I've ever purchased. That's all I've ever run in anything. And there's lots of good reasons for it. But if you want to hear more about that, let me know. I'll make a video about it. But, so, I'm going to go take this to my neighbor. And you'll pay for it. Sweet. See you later, YouTube. Bye. Bark, bark, bark.